The fitness doctor is unique, and everyone's body is unique. That's why a plan prescribed exactly for you is the most efficient and effective way to achieve your fitness goals, whether it's weight loss, rehabilitation, or just general overall health. We evaluate all aspects of your health, as well as any medical issues, to create your personalized fitness program. So much more than just a personal trainer. The fitness doctor's unparalleled expertise, personal touch, and comprehensive approach make us the fastest and safest way to meet and exceed your health and fitness goals.
Keep along the lines of looking and feeling your best. We have the fitness doctor, Dr. Fred Peters. Doc, thank you so much for coming on.
Pleasure to be here.
Come on. So, fitness doctor.
Yes.
Tell us about yourself, who you are, and what you are. That's a big title there.
Sure, yeah. Well, what I do is I prescribe programs for folks. I believe every person is individual and unique, and they each require a certain set of protocols to meet their diet and exercise needs. So I help them in that regard.
Okay, so what's your mission? I mean, because there's a lot of people out there that, you know, they've tried the diet fads. Convince them to come to you, because there's been so many things out there, thousands of things that people can choose from.
Thousands. There's diet and exercise fads all over the place. What I believe is a natural approach to fitness, that it requires, hard work, diet, and exercise. And so I prescribe each person's program to meet their needs based on physiological tests and scientific research.
All right, now we're looking at footage right now, and I'm glad you're bringing this up, because each individual is different.
Yes.
Something that works for somebody miraculously could not do anything for another person.
Very
so
true.
Explain how the process works. I mean, is it a long visit? Do you make them fill out a form? I mean, entice people to give you a call.
Sure. Well, there are some forms to fill out. That's just part of it. Each person is unique, and I think that everyone needs a certain set of protocols to follow to meet their needs. Now, when they come to see me after a consultation, a physical assessment and exam, which I'm offering for free, they come to see me, and I make a program based on their needs or their goals, whatever ailments they may have. I organize it so it fits their goals properly. And every 30 days, we reconvene to reassess and reevaluate, and then we go from there making small changes and meeting their goals.
We have some before and after pictures, because we want to see, the work that you've done.
Yes.
Wow. Look at the guns on that guy.
Yeah, a lot of clients see fantastic results.
I mean, it really is. And there's a man, and wow. I mean, those are big time numbers. But now, while we're looking at this,
yes,
is it? I mean, it's diet and fitness.
It's a combination of both.
It's a combination. It's
right.
A lifestyle.
And it doesn't take
really.
It's a transformation, and it doesn't take very long to achieve these results either. As long as you follow my program, and it's no fad diets, no pills, nothing unhealthy. It's just natural weight loss and lean muscle gains.
Is it? I mean, do you tell them to buy? Boy, these are miraculous.
No,
results.
I make suggestions. Yeah, there's no magic pill.
Food, or I mean, you're not selling them some frozen thing every week,
No, I'm selling nothing. Just my knowledge and my advice, and I advise them based on what I know. And thank goodness, everyone has always seen great results.
I mean, and they can come to you as often as they please, because yes. I think a lot of it. Let's just say it like it is. A lot of people, they need motivation.
Right.
So if they can't motivate themselves, I mean, then they might need that extra support. And if they start seeing that result every couple times they see you,
it helps motivation.
It helps motivate them.
Right. I think it's incentive, and it's also accountability that you're going to come see me, so you're going to eat that apple instead of that piece of cake or whatever it may be.
Yeah, because if you buy some fad online, no one online is going to say, hey,
right,
continue to do this. Yeah. You have the fitness doctor or doctors.
It's accountability. Exactly, and approachability, and I think that it just makes people think twice and really work hard to reach their goals.
No matter what age. No matter what women, age. No matter what, you will come up with.
Forever Fit, here we go. Take years off of your appearance and be so healthy and convert into something spectacular.
How about burning 1,000 calories in an hour? The fitness doctor, otherwise known as Dr. Frederick Peters, he is back. Thanks, Doc, for coming back on the show.
Thanks for having me. It's a pleasure.
So great to see you again.
You were here a couple of weeks ago. So yes. For the people who did not watch that day, tell us about the fitness doctor.
Yeah, well, it's, again, doctor-prescribed diet and exercise programs, and I gear it to the individual. It's individual prescription, and it's a way to live longer and live healthier and be a better person.
You brought a few models with you today.
I did, yes.
Tell us what they're going to be demonstrating.
Sure, my brother Matthew, my director of personal training, and my great client Santa here. They'll be demonstrating a few of my...
Before we get to you demonstrate, we have to... on the left.
Yeah.
That's actually the same woman.
That's her.
That's on the right. 60 pounds?
Yep.
Can we applaud?
Yes. And she's Italian.
She's kept it off for over a year.
That's a miracle in itself right there.
You look amazing.
Yeah, you look great. Yeah. So put us through this.
So they're going to demonstrate a few of the exercises from my 1,000-calorie program. They're going to do a squat to start off with, and it's actually a jumping squat. It burns more calories, more dynamic. Then they're going to transition into a lunge. My brother Matthew is doing a jumping lunge transition, and Santa's doing the other version that's a little easier, just the step lunge. From there, they're going to go into a push-up toe tap plank. This works the core. Notice their elbow is in line with their wrist, and they're going side to side, working the chest, the triceps, and the glutes. And then they're going to go into a spider lunge, working the abs. Notice working the obliques and also the rectus abdominis.
Good job, you two.
Yeah.
I'm happy you bring up the online stuff because if someone can't actually come in and see you, you do have programs.
Exactly. So I offer online programs no matter where you're located. I'll make you a program following a consultation online. And it's made to you, again, specific doctor prescribed.
And looking at this, she lost 60 pounds.
Yes.
And, when you saw that picture on the left, a lot of people, sometimes they just give up.
Yeah.
So how long did it take Santa to lose the 60 pounds?
Actually, less than 9 months. The key is to stick with it and follow it, and I'll guide you in the right direction.
And I think 9 months, that's, a lot of people might think, oh, that's actually the healthy way to do it.
Yes.
Because you can lose weight like that, but this is a lifestyle change.
Right.
Doc.
The faster you lose it, the faster it comes back, unfortunately. It's a steady progression, and it's not a diet. Diet is in itself very short in duration. It's a lifestyle change.
That word almost I wish was erased from vocabulary sometimes, diet, just because I feel like it is more about your education. Yes, it's so true. You're very involved in the community.
Yes, I am. I
Tell
offer
us.
all kinds of different presentations, health talks for free, demonstrations, just to get the message out there and try to promote wellness.
And this, he walks the walk and talks the talk.
Yes,
Because
yes.
go to their website, sign up today only, to receive a free copy of the 1,000-calorie workout, and call today and receive a free month of training. Again, he creates these programs specifically for the individual. So if you're younger, if you're older, he can find the program that best suits you. Santi, you look great.
Perfect. Gearing up for the summer with simple yet effective exercise.
Fitness doctor is back, Dr. Fred Peters. Welcome back.
Hi, thank you.
to
Making me
see
feel
you.
very scrawny with your sleeveless shirt on here, but we're gonna
gun
first,
show.
Yeah, it is the gun show. We're gonna start off talking about stretching, because we're always told that no matter what kind of workout you do, you should stretch. But there's dynamic and then there's static stretching.
Right.
Explain the two and which one's bad.
So there's a difference. You should actually never static stretch. Pre-exercise, what's happening is, think of a rubber band. As you stretch it, once you apply a force, that could tear. Same thing with your muscles. So instead of a static stretch, like holding like this, a dynamic stretch like a leg extension with your leg going like this, where the muscle's constantly being activated, is better for the hamstrings. So it's more effective.
I never really thought about it that way, but it makes perfect
So it's a
sense.
static, just like bending over.
Right,
And
so
is
a
that
straight bend or a tricep stretch or something along those lines.
That's static.
That's static. When you're moving, it's dynamic, and that's more effective.
Okay.
Yeah, so along those same lines, dynamic stretching is great because let's say you have lower back pain like you guys do, for example, right?
Yeah.
What you could do is when you're doing this stretch for the hamstring, you're actually activating your hip flexors. Those hip flexors insert at your lower back, thus relieving pain on the lower vertebrae. So it's more effective.
Yeah, because whenever my lower back really acts up, my quads, I can't move. So I try to stretch statically, and I can't do it.
Doesn't work. So the hamstrings, dynamic stretching is more effective.
Okay.
Along those same lines now, with a dynamic stretch for, let's say you want to build bigger arms. If you're working your triceps, right, and you want to help increase your bicep strength, if you dynamically stretch your biceps like this while training your triceps, it increases hypertrophy. So bigger muscles.
There's a question on here.
Would women want to get bigger, like as far as bulk, in your opinion, or
It depends on the person, but also from a toning perspective, it helps increase lean muscle mass.
that's always my big paranoia when I'm doing weights.
You're fine.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? Like girls, you know that.
You got ripped guns. You're not big.
You think about that, though. We don't want to become.
No, but by training the opposite muscle group, the antagonist, it leads to better muscle growth.
Just curious. Okay.
Well, what's your opinion on sit-ups? Because of my lower back, I was always told, build the core, build the core. So I would do 500 a day, and my back still hurt.
That's why it hurt. So the sit-ups lead
Now you're telling me.
the
10 years
sit-ups
later.
lead to lower back pain. Better late than never. What happens is by doing the sit-ups, you're increasing strain on the hip flexors and also the lower back because you're compressing your spine to the floor. What you should do instead is a plank. Would you like to
Oh, see, this is going to be good for
demonstrate here
your
with me?
core, Michael.
You wanna
I
do
love
some
planks.
Oh, am I supposed to do this?
Yes.
Am I allowed to do one in a dress? Will I get in trouble? I'll be going that way.
So
be okay.
what you want to do is get into form with wide arms and wide feet. Keep your back straight and your butt down low, keeping your core tight the entire
I
time.
love these. It feels so good.
It's super effective. Now, to make it even tougher, if you raise your butt slowly to the ceiling and then come back down nice and slow, it's called I call it a drawbridge plank. It's way more effective and way more better for your abs.
How long do you do this for?
With the abs, you always want to trade till fatigue. So once you feel the
Till
fatigue,
failure, Michael.
and then you rest. Yeah. And one more thing. So people tend to do some stuff that involves behind the neck exercises.
Yeah.
And it's terrible for you. It's bad for your neck, bad for your rotator cuff.
Give me an example.
By
Which
pressing behind your head, you're externally rotating the shoulder joint. By pulling behind the neck, you're internally rotating that same joint, thus causing rotator cuff issues.
Wow.
Hey, Al, thanks for not putting me on camera trying to get up right there.
I've learned so much.
We've got 15 seconds, the special that you're offering people.
Yeah, so if you call today or subscribe on the website, you get a free copy of my 30-day program. Normal value is $60. You get it for free.
Oh,
Look at you.
you're all over Facebook, social media. So and the one on the right, I just did see. I didn't know
That's
that you.
the advanced, yeah.
The Fitness Doctor, located in Broadview Road in Seven Hills, but he'll take care of you no matter where you're at. 440-447-0347. Fred at fitnessdoctors with an S.com, or simply go to the website, thefitnessdoctors.com.
Thank you.
I hate doing push-ups too. I don't mind doing the planks.
Right.
So I'm really glad that you
And you
can.
could do planks at home as you're watching TV.
No matter your age, you need to eat healthy and exercise, but sticking with it can be a challenge. The best plan of action would be to have an individualized program. Dr. Frederick Peters, founder and CEO of The Fitness Doctor, joins us today to motivate and inspire us to be the best we can be.
Thank you.
So you merge science and exercise, right? How does that work?
Right, so as you would imagine, personal training is important for people that want to get in better physical condition. The problem is nearly 50% of trainers aren't actually certified or degreed whatsoever. And so I actually have a PhD in the field of exercise physiology, and my goal is to bring a medical, scientific approach to exercise so that it's done correctly.
Okay, and what is a personalized approach for each of your clients?
So what I go through is a number of parameters, including EKG, spirometry, a whole host of measurements. I also look at medical history issues, relevant medical surgeries, to really create their personalized plan, because a lot of folks require that sort of specific attention, especially if they have chronic illnesses.
Okay, so what's your goal? Get them off of their meds and get them really healthy?
That's one of the goals for sure. I mean, weight loss is up there with the rest of those, but medications have lots of side effects. One of my primary goals is to make sure the patient sees good progress, and along with that sees a reduction in medications, because if they lose weight and their blood pressure goes down, you don't need those meds and you avoid those side effects. So that's a primary goal.
All right. And you've got some advice on cancer prevention too.
Right. So as far as cancer is concerned, it's a very horrible disease. 95% of cancer is actually possibly preventable, with only 5% being hereditary. So as far as that 95% is concerned, roughly half of that could be modified through behavior, diet, exercise, getting more active. The other half through screening. My side of things is through exercise and diet. So what I like to do is increase people's activity level, get them eating healthier, nutritious foods that don't have, GMOs and aren't processed, and that really helps to abate and reduce your cancer risk, as well as prevent reoccurrence.
Okay, so don't get it in the first place, but if you do, get rid of it and keep it gone.
Keep it gone, exactly.
And you've got a story about a senior that you got back into good shape?
Yeah, so I have plenty of, seniors that I have as clients and patients. One in particular, she is just turning 80 this year.
Wow.
And she's seen a great reduction in her weight, improved range of motion. One of her big things was the ability to carry her trash bags from her home to her curb lawn, and she has a very long driveway. And she's able to carry those trash bags. She's very excited about that. So I really feel good when that happens, because it helps improve quality of life in those individuals, and her especially, she saw a lot of good progress.
So was one of your fitness activities carrying trash bags around?
No, but we have her lifting some heavy weights and some core work, and you'd be surprised, even if you're starting off at a very small level of endurance or ability, how quickly that progress does occur. And so when I see the transition, it makes it all worth it.
How long does it usually take to really see those benefits?
Well, it depends on your goal. So if weight loss is a goal of yours, roughly 1 to 2 pounds per week is the average weight loss reduction. Anything larger than that, I call it the biggest loser effect. You're likely to gain that back within a year. But as far as strength gains, that usually occurs over time. Usually about 6 months is the average patient in my facility. And so for progress and results, it's pretty quick, actually.
Yeah, 6 months out of your life to really make it better and to avoid potential diseases is nothing.
Yeah, and to modify your life in a way that provides a lifetime of improvement, and you take that with you going forward, it's really immeasurable.
All right. Yeah. That was fantastic advice.
Thank you.
Jump to it, everybody. Make sure to feel your best at any age. My thanks to Frederick for joining us today. If you have questions, use the information that's coming up next to give the fitness doctor a call.
Find out more by calling the Fitness Doctor at 440-447-0347 or log on to thefitnessdoctors.com.
Here's a problem that I see all the time in the gym. Watch as Matthew brings the bar up and then brings it behind his neck. Doing this motion causes excessive strain on the rotator cuff and also can lead to vertebral impingement. He's going to bring it in front instead. Now watch as Matthew brings it up and down. He's going down to 90 degrees and extending without locking his elbows out, but he's still bringing it in front of his face, going down each time to 90 degrees. This ensures effective training for both the trapezius and deltoid muscles without placing that strain on the neck and shoulder like I had mentioned. It's very important to maintain proper form so that you can stay on your training path toward achieving your training goals. This is the body weight squat. Nicole will start off with her feet shoulder width apart. She'll bring her hands across her chest. The very first motion is to bring her butt back and close the car door. As she goes down, her chest stays over her knees and her knees stay directly in line with her toes. As she stands back up, she brings her hips forward. Nicole's going to continue this motion. Notice as she goes down to a point of 90-degree angles at the knees. It's important to maintain proper form when squatting because you can get serious knee problems as a result of improper technique. Nicole will continue this exercise, training her glutes and her quadricep muscles until muscular fatigue is achieved, or roughly 3 to 4 sets at about 20 to 25 repetitions per exercise. Again, this is the body weight squat. This is the lying dumbbell floor press. Vince is lying here in a neutral position. He's going to bend his knees, bringing his feet flat to the floor, thus lowering his back to the mat and ensuring proper form. When he grabs the weights, he's going to bring them up to a point of being perpendicular to his body. As he raises the weights up and begins the pressing motion, he's going to rotate his wrists. Then he rotates back down, bringing his elbows to the floor, pausing for a moment at a point of zero inertia. As he presses again, he's going to be engaging the triceps as well as the pectoral muscles, thus increasing muscular hypertrophy. The goal here for Vince is to increase muscular size, so Vince will be doing 4 to 6 repetitions at about 3 sets to achieve that goal. He's looking to reach muscular fatigue by that 6th rep each time. And again, this is the lying dumbbell floor press. I recommend never doing standard floor sit-ups. The reason being is it places too much torque on the hips and also the lower back. Instead, we'll be doing the dynamic floor crunch. Sarah's starting off lying neutral. She'll begin by elevating her feet off the ground slightly. What she's going to do is bring her body together, bringing her elbows towards her knees, and then each time going back, touching her feet to the ground and shoulders to the ground. The idea here is you train the abdominals like any other muscle group, that is to fatigue. Sarah will be doing 2 sets of 25 repetitions with the goal here of attaining a tight, toned stomach. And this is the dynamic floor crunch. This is the importance between static and dynamic stretching. Nicole will demonstrate a static stretch. As she goes down, she's stretching her hamstrings. However, this is not as effective as a dynamic stretch pre-exercise. She comes back up, she's going to hold my hand for support. Now she will show a dynamic stretch of the hamstring muscle. As she swings her leg, it's taking the hamstring and making it more elastic. It's almost like a rubber band, where if you extend it and then place a force on it, it's more likely to break. Well, the muscles are the same way. If you dynamically stretch the hamstring muscles, they're less likely to strain during exercise, and that's why dynamic stretching is much more effective pre-exercise. This is the Fitness Doctor push-up. Notice as Matt gets into position, he's gonna keep his back nice and flat. As he goes down, his elbows go out, not in. He's gonna tighten his rhomboid muscles and press up, thus working the pectoral muscles and the front delt muscles. He's keeping his core nice and tight, going down to a depth of about a fist. And as he does this, he's going to be doing roughly 3 to 4 sets, each set to fatigue. This is the Fitness Doctor push-up. Chef Leland of Architectural Justice in Strongsville, Ohio. Thanks for having us.
Thank you for coming.
So what do we have here?
Right here we have our fall farro salad. It's got roasted sweet potatoes, fennel, scallions, farro, toasted walnuts, cranberries, feta, and a cider vinaigrette.
Okay.
And basically, we use our toasted walnuts to give a nice a richness, healthy crunch to the dish.
Sure.
Farro is a great whole grain, so we like to use that in our salads. We use our dry cranberry and our honey to add some sweetness to the dish without actually adding any refined sugars.
Sure.
Sweet potatoes add a nice hearty vegetable component to the dish. We use our scallions and fresh herbs to bring a lot of flavor without having to add a lot of salt, things like that. And our fennel here, when we caramelize it, basically just cook it down to all the natural sugars, all the starches in it convert to sugar. Okay. Adds a nice little sweetness to the dish as well without actually adding any refined sugars and things like that to it.
Sure. That sounds fantastic, and also lots of health benefits in this dish. It's a very potent anti-inflammatory, anti-cancer diet we have here. What is this here?
This is farro.
Okay.
It's actually an ancient grain. And it's been eaten since prehistoric times, thousands of years. Very similar to like quinoa. If you heard him talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard of farro, and it's really full of protein, and it's got like a nutty flavor, lots of fiber.
Absolutely,
it's
yeah.
Fantastic.
And it's a great one for cooking ahead, making a salad, because it holds its texture really well, the whole grain, so it doesn't fall apart and get mushy like certain refined grains, things like that.
Yeah, I love it. And then of course with the walnuts here, I mean, so many great omegas and unsaturated fats, and good for heart health and lowering cholesterol as well.
Absolutely, and it gives an awesome crunchy texture to a dish.
Crunchy.
It works
Everyone
great for
loves
us.
crunchy, right?
Yep.
And then here is this apple cider and then cider vinegar?
Yeah, right here we have apple cider, cider vinegar, a little bit of Dijon mustard, and extra virgin olive oil. That's what I use for our vinaigrette.
Okay, and then apple cider, that's great for digestive health and immunity, and there's tons of benefits there. And then of course olive oil with that monounsaturated, polyunsaturated, healthy fats, fantastic. And actually mustard has a lot of selenium in it, which is great for just overall thyroid function and whatnot.
And then we have some scallions and fresh thyme.
Scallions, great for vitamin K. Also a high source of antioxidants.
Then for vegetable component, we have fennel.
Right, so as far as this fennel is very high in vitamin C, also high in fiber, great for lowering blood sugar. Mentioning blood sugar, sweet potatoes are great for reducing blood sugar. Also lots of good beta carotene in there for eye health. And it's this time of year in the fall, it's fantastic.
Absolutely. And I use that to kind of, you see our presentation there, kind of helps hold it all together. The starch,
good color,
starch in there, yeah.
So here we have the final dish here, and it looks fantastic, and everything's kind of held together nicely and very, very pretty as far as the appearance goes.
Right.
And again, it's full of all those good anti-cancer, antioxidant, anti-inflammatory compounds that everyone should love, and it's very healthy. And I always recommend it to my patients.
Absolutely, it's a filling. It's filling, looks good, tastes great. It's a good thing to eat for health, as you
and it's actually low calorie too.
Absolutely.
So a very all in all healthy dish.
Absolutely, and we're using, as you mentioned, we're using a lot of these that add a lot of flavor without bringing in sugar or refined sugars. We're using natural sugars and things and things like walnuts to add texture and crunch and bring a lot of flavor without adding the unhealthy
components.
elements.
Of course. And so here we are in the fall season with our nice fall dish, the fall farro salad at Architectural Justice here in Strongsville, Ohio. Chef, thanks for having us.
Thank you for coming.
We're here at Architectural Justice in Strongsville, Ohio with Chef Leland. Chef, thanks for having us.
Welcome. Thank you for coming.
Show us what we have here.
All right. Well, it's crispy quinoa cake with roasted vegetables. All right. And we serve it with a roasted garlic hummus.
Okay. Sounds delicious.
Right.
And what goes into that?
It comes with a roasted garlic hummus, roasted red peppers, eggplant. We have a lot of fresh herbs, red onion, portobello mushrooms, quinoa, and then we have our roasted garlic and chickpea hummus, right? Tahini, and some lemon juice to give some flavor to that hummus.
It looks delicious. And what made you bring this item onto the menu?
Looking at our menu, we really didn't have a lot of options for vegetarians, vegans, people eating gluten-free. So I kind of wanted to do a filling, hearty, healthy dish that anybody can enjoy, no matter dietary restrictions or.
Yeah, and it's very healthy and very filling. And quinoa is one of the few plant-based proteins. It's actually a complete protein that has all 9 essential amino acids.
Absolutely.
And as far as eggplant is rich in anthocyanins, which are a potent free radical scavenger, getting those out of your system. Portobello mushrooms are really high in niacin and fiber, and niacin actually helps to solve migraine headaches. Moving on to the oat flour, oats are a great whole grain that are a low glycemic index grain. What that means is it provides a buffer in terms of insulin spikes throughout your day, so it's great for regulating blood sugar. The garbanzo beans, the chickpeas there, are a great source of protein and fiber, and then the garlic, that roasted garlic looks beautiful. How do you go ahead and do that? Do you just
basically we toss it with just a little bit of extra virgin olive oil, put it in the oven, and let it do
simple
its thing.
enough.
As simple as that.
Okay.
It really mellows the flavor of the garlic, and makes it a much more adds a lot of flavor to any dish you add it to.
Yeah, and it smells fantastic. And as far as that goes as well, garlic is great for cardiovascular health, helps to lower blood pressure and also lower cholesterol. And then you have onions and roasted red peppers, which are great sources of vitamin C. And then tahini, isn't that a sesame seed paste?
Yeah, it's all it is. It's basically ground sesame seeds, a little bit of sesame oil.
Okay.
That's all that's in it. And we use that. I use that. It's not only in our hummus, but we use that as instead of egg in the quinoa cake. So using the tahini and the oat flour instead of breadcrumbs and egg.
Right.
We're able to keep it a completely vegan cake and still still get a lot of flavor and get that same texture.
That's fantastic. And sesame seeds are great as far as protein is concerned. And getting that egg out of there lowers the cholesterol in the dish. And so with the final product here, it looks beautiful. And how do you sort of bind that quinoa cake together? Is it fried?
No, actually we bake it as well. So there's no no extra added oil, nothing going that way. It's still healthy. We just use a cookie cutter and cut cake shapes out of it because it's all bound together with the tahini and the oat flour, and then we roast them in the oven along with the vegetables. And which we also do all the vegetables. I marinate them all in balsamic vinegar and water. Okay. That way we don't have to add any extra salt or anything to the dish, and it brings a lot of flavor to it.
Wonderful.
And we roast all that and put it all together.
And that low sodium helps people that have high blood pressure issues as well. So it looks fantastic, and this is the crispy quinoa cake?
Yep, crispy quinoa cake and roasted vegetable stack.
Thank you for having us, Chef Leland, here at Architectural Justice in Strongsville, Ohio.
Thanks for coming.
I'd like to thank everyone for coming today, even in this weather being, not the greatest. We're going to do this today inside.
Thank you for our physical bodies that you created very good. May any sore muscles be a reminder that we are honoring you in all things and praising you.
Thank you, Father Suso. So I'd like to start by talking about cancer and the disease, prevention, and also about our aunt who recently passed away from this terrible disease. So regarding pancreatic cancer, it's currently the 4th most deadly cancer in America. By 2020, they project it'll be the 3rd deadliest cancer. There's only a 9% survival rate within 5 years for pancreatic cancer. Prevention is weight control, being active, and a healthy diet. So with that in mind, we're going to do a cardiovascular portion here on the treadmills. Kim is going to lead everybody through a flexibility dynamic stretching protocol, and then you're going to finish off with Matthew here with the strength training portion with the free weights you see behind you there. And it's all going to basically take place in this middle area. It's still raining, so we're going to make the best of it.
Side, middle, side. Reach this way. Up, down. You can squat or lunge with the leg on the press. Breathing up.
Wrap, press up, bring together to a 9. Oh, okay.
I am having fun.
When you exhale, 3, 4, and hold your breath. 5, 4.
Breathe in. Breathe out. Dive towards the toes. Hand reach up high. Breathe out and reach. Breathe in high. Stretch out. Reach for the toes. Big. Lean the body to the left. Ping that. Yeah, that's it.
When it's one-on-one, I'll lose.
The next thing is the gift certificate to a hair salon.
3588.
Right there.
Yay!
Nice. Last one.
Trainer Chris Goble couldn't make it. They made this basket. He actually made ornaments for it as well that say fit for JoJo. So.
Thank you guys. So because of your donations, we raised over $2,500 today.
Yes. Wow.